Jenna Ortega updates us on the status of Wednesday Season 3 and Teases Season 2 slasher episode. It's been well over 2 years since Jenna Ortega took the world by storm thanks to her performance as the titular teenage member of the Addams Family in Netflix's Wednesday. From the moment the title dropped on the streamer, the world was caught up in the pandemonium of the horror comedy teen-centered series co-created by Alfred Gough and Millar, which added Tim Burton on as an executive producer. Sadly, the wait between seasons has truly made soldiers out of us all, with a release window finally set for sometime this year. Although no specific date has been announced, knowing that the next batch of episodes is on the way is a sigh of relief to those who feel like they've been wasting away in purgatory waiting for the answers to the many questions that were left following the first season's finale. But what lies beyond Season 2 of Wednesday? Will there be more installments on the way? And, if the answer to that question is yes, how long will we be forced to wait? Digging in to find those answers and learning more about the show's highly anticipated comeback, Collider's Steve Weintraub made sure to pick Ortega's brain while chatting with her about her new A24 flick, Death of a Unicorn. Admitting that she was relatively in the dark about Wednesday's potential third season, Ortega said, "Wednesday, Season 2 will pay homage to classic cinema. Over the last year or so, Ortega has teased that the sophomore season of Wednesday will really dig into its horror roots and has allowed the creative team to seek inspiration from iconic genre flicks such as Carrie and Prom Night." Further breaking down what awaits audiences visually, Ortega said, "Although Wednesday certainly rocketed her into superstardom, Ortega was already earning a name for herself in Hollywood as an up-and-coming scream queen thanks to her performances in titles like Scream and Scream VX, and more recently Beetlejuice. Aside from Carrie, indie horror comedy Death of a Unicorn Full Metal Jacket, South by Southwest Film Festival gave Collider some insight into the tone of Wednesday Season 2 in one episode and if any will touch on any previous projects. I can say we have some of the most fun we've ever had. It's crazy to talk about one frame like this, but there is a frame of Pugsley rolling his eyes back with this contraption around his head. That's all I can say, and it reminds me so much of Full Metal Jacket," Ortega told Collider. "It's insane. So bizarre. I just feel like there are a lot of scenes and frames, and there's a whole episode based off of slashers, and we make a lot of horror references," Ortega added. "So, everything about it, I feel like we kind of had a little bit more trust, and therefore, we felt like we could do bigger, more elaborate sequences, which is nice." Jenna Ortega says she's doing post-production work for Wednesday, Season 2. Jenna Ortega and Tim Burton, of course, reunited for Burton's supernatural comedy sequel Beetlejuice last year. Currently, the actor is doing post-production work on Wednesday Season 2, which is expected to be released sometime in 2025. "We're still in the edit. I was doing ADR, automated dialogue replacement, for it 2 weeks ago," Ortega told Collider. "That's the funny thing about these jobs